$13,427, 11 years of minimum payments. The balance had barely moved. How is that even possible? 47 years, $91,000 in interest. He'd paid $17,000 already. 131 monthly payments, every one of them on time. He was 41. The date was November 7th, 2025. 11 years earlier, Wesley was 30. Warehouse supervisor at a UPS distribution center in Louisville, Kentucky. The kind of guy who'd add up the grocery cart in his head. Twice. Before the cashier finished scanning. 12-year marriage to Dana. A son, Hudson. 7 then. Almost 13 when the story really starts. His first credit card arrived in December 2014. A Chase Freedom. $500 limit. He used it for Christmas that year. A few presents for Hudson. A modest tree. The groceries for Christmas dinner. $418. January statement came. There was a number on the bottom he'd never seen before. Minimum payment due, $25. $25 felt like nothing. He could do $25. He paid $25. February, another $25. Then Hudson needed new sneakers. Then the car needed tires. The limit crept up to $2,000. Then $5,000. Then $8,000. Then $13,500. Wesley wasn't reckless. He wasn't doing anything wild. He bought groceries when the paycheck was short. He bought Hudson's soccer uniform. He covered the vet bill when Dana's mother's dog was dying in 2020. Every month, every statement, the minimum crept up with the balance. $35, $50, $85, $100, and every month he paid it. He told himself he'd pay extra next month. He said that for 11 years. September 12th, 2024. Wesley walked into a Target on Hurstbourne Parkway in Louisville to buy a birthday cake for Hudson's 12th birthday party. Total, $53.11. The card declined. The cashier, 19 years old, nose ring, did what they always do. Another form of payment, sir? Wesley had $8 in his checking until Friday. He put back the cake, drove 2 blocks to the Dollar General, bought cupcakes, drove home the long way so he could think. That night, after Hudson went to sleep, he pulled out his laptop. He logged into Chase for the first time in 2 years. Usually he just opened the app, hit pay minimum, closed it again. The balance was $13,427. He ran the other number, the one he was more afraid of. He pulled up his payment history. 11 years of minimum payments. Total paid $17,384. He had paid $17,300 into this card. The balance was $13,400. Most of it had gone to interest, not the balance. He sat at the kitchen table that night, Dana and Hudson asleep upstairs, and did something he'd avoided for 11 years. He took a notebook out of the junk drawer and started writing down numbers. Every January statement from 2015 to 2025. Starting balance, minimum paid, ending balance, interest charged. The pattern was clean and it was ugly. Every year he'd paid roughly the same amount in, about $1,700. Every year, roughly $1,500 of it had gone to interest. The balance had grown from $400 to $13,000, not because he'd stopped paying, but because life kept happening on top of interest that never stopped compounding. He closed the notebook at 1:15 a.m. He didn't tell Dana about it. Not yet. Wesley didn't know it that night, but there's a name for what his brain had been doing for 11 years. Neil Stewart ran an experiment at Warwick in 2009. Here's what he found. He gave people a fake credit card statement with a $435 balance. Half the people got a statement with minimum payment, 5.42 printed at the bottom. The other half got the same statement, but he'd removed the minimum payment line entirely. The people who saw the minimum paid, on average, about £70. The people who didn't see it paid over $175. Just seeing the minimum printed on the page cut what people chose to pay by more than half. They weren't broke, they weren't lazy. The number anchored them. It told their brain, this is what a reasonable payment looks like. And their brain listened. Wesley's Chase statement had been quietly telling him $100 is a reasonable payment for 131 months. His brain obeyed. That's the first layer of the credit card minimum payment trap. Your statement trains you to pay less than you should. The second layer is the math. In October 2024, Wesley decided he was going to fix this. He got serious. He paid $400 instead of $100. He felt good about it. He told Dana, "I paid $400 this month. We're going to get this down." $400. The balance that month, after interest accrued, dropped by $108. $292 of Wesley's $400 went to interest. 26.24% APR on a $13,000 balance. The math doesn't care how you feel about it. The next month, life happened. Car battery died. Hudson's braces consultation. Dana's check engine light came on. Wesley paid the minimum again. $112. 6 of it went to the balance. He told himself he'd catch up next month. 11 months passed. He caught up exactly 3 times. Every other month he was back at the minimum. By September 2025, the balance was higher than it had been a year earlier. He'd paid thousands into it. The number had gone up. If Wesley's story is ringing bells, subscribe. The next one is worse. Dana found the statement on a Tuesday in October 2025. It had fallen out of his backpack when he threw it on the counter. She didn't say anything for 2 days. Then, after Hudson was asleep, she sat down on the edge of the bed. "Wesley, are you paying on that card?" "Yeah." "Then why is the balance going up?" He didn't have an answer, not a real one. He said the words most people say. "I'm paying what I can?" She looked at him for a long time. Then she said a sentence that stuck in his head for the rest of the week. "Most of your payment goes to interest, doesn't it?" He didn't know the exact number yet, but he knew she was right. That Thursday night, November 7th, 2025, Wesley locked himself in the bathroom with his phone. He told Dana he was taking a shower. He didn't. He sat on the closed toilet lid and opened Bankrate's minimum payment calculator. He typed in $13,427, 26.24% APR, 1% plus interest minimum payment, the standard Chase Freedom formula. He clicked calculate. The result loaded. Payoff time, 47 years and 3 months. Total interest paid, $91,247. He would be 88 years old. He sat on that toilet lid for another 40 minutes. He didn't move. He didn't cry. He just stared at the screen. Here's what the Chase statement had been telling Wesley for 11 years. He just never read it. There's a federal law, passed in 2009. It's called the Credit Card Act, Section 1637B of Title 15, United States Code. What it does, it forces every credit card company in America to print a specific warning on your monthly statement. Every statement, every month. The warning has to include 3 things. 1. The exact number of years it will take you to pay off the current balance if you only make the minimum payment. 2. The total cost, principal plus interest, if you only pay the minimum. 3. The monthly payment needed to pay off the balance in 36 months and the total savings compared to making only minimums. This is called the minimum payment disclosure box. It's on every single credit card statement in the United States. By federal law, the bank has to show you the math. Chase had been showing Wesley the truth for 11 years. 12.8 font, lower right corner of page 1. He had never looked once. When Wesley finally pulled up his September 2025 statement after the bathroom moment, the box said, "If you make only the minimum payment on each billing cycle, you will pay off the balance shown on this statement in about 47 years. You will pay an estimated $91,247 in total interest." It had said a version of that every month since 2014. The CFPB calls this the minimum payment warning. Banks don't advertise it because it works. When people read it, they pay more. That's exactly what the law was designed to do. And it works, but only if you know to look. After the bathroom night, Wesley did 3 things. First, he called Chase on Monday morning. He asked them to lower his credit limit to $5,000, down from $13,500, 5 minutes on the phone. The rep didn't argue. He was asking them to let him borrow less. Second, he moved his direct deposit to a second checking account. No credit card attached, different bank. The old account had a debit card and a $500 daily limit. That was it. Third, he set up auto pay on the Chase card. Not for the minimum, for $450 a month. Every month, automatic, no decision needed. If the auto pay holds, and life doesn't swerve the way it always has, Wesley's Chase card hits zero in June 2027, 19 months from the bathroom night. He'll keep the card open but frozen. Closing it would tank the length of his credit history by 11 years. The house looks different now. Wesley reads the warning box every month, out loud at the kitchen table. Dana sits with him. Hudson watches from the couch with his homework. 13 years old, taking notes without being asked. One number on a notepad. What the balance was, what Wesley paid, and what the statement's warning box predicted if he had paid the minimum instead. The notebook lives on top of the microwave. Hudson sometimes asks to write the numbers himself. Wesley lets him. Here's what this story teaches us. First, remember Stewart's experiment? The anchor is on your statement right now. Cover the minimum with your thumb before you pay. Type in a custom amount, 3 times the minimum, or whatever you can actually afford. The pre-filled number is the trap. Your own number is the escape. Second, there is a box on your statement that tells you the truth. Card Act Section 1637B, passed in 2009. By federal law, your bank must show you the exact number of years it will take to pay off your balance at the minimum, and exactly how much interest it will cost. It's there right now. On the bill in your drawer. Most people never read it. The bank counts on it. That number is what you owe to your future self. By the end of 2024, 11.12% of American credit card holders were paying only the minimum every month. The Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia has been tracking this for 12 years. Q4 2024 was the highest number they had ever recorded. 1 in 9 Americans with a credit card, making only the minimum. Wesley wasn't unusual. He was normal. I've been covering these credit card stories for a while. This is the one where the trap isn't a predatory lender or a hidden fee. It's just a number on a page printed in 12-point font that tells your brain what a reasonable payment looks like. And your brain listens for 11 years. Do one thing before you go to sleep tonight. Pull up your most recent credit card statement. Find the minimum payment warning box in the lower right of page 1. Read the number of years it would take you to pay off your balance. Read the total interest. If the number scares you, that's the right response. In the comments, tell me one number. What does the minimum payment box on your most recent statement say? The exact number of years? I read every single one. Subscribe. Wesley still has the Chase Freedom card. It's in a drawer in his kitchen. Taped to the front of the drawer. A laminated printout from the bathroom night. 47 years. $91,247. The Bankrate screen printed in black and white. Wesley laminated it himself. He reads the warning box first, before anything else, every single month without fail.